welcome to another episode of Roundhouse Ranch Barbecue. For today, we're not really doing barbecue, but we're going to do some gumbo. I'm going to try gumbo. I've never made it before, and I'm taking a lot of inspiration from Mr. Jack's Drinkwater. Check him out on YouTube. I'll put the link in the description. Anyway, I'm going to give it a shot, see how it works. We're going to do it with we're going to smoke the chicken before we put it in the gumbo, and I'm going to show you how to do that also. Y'all come on with me and see how we do it. Okay, for the rub on this chicken, all I'm going to use is just some Tony Zachary's Creole seasoning. That's all I'm going to use on this chicken. I'm going to take it, I'm going to use a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. Has my binder on it. We're just going to pour a little bit over it. Just like that. I'm going to open my seasoning, so I'm not trying to do it with chicken fingers. Alright. Now we're just going to rub. We're going to rub that olive oil all over this chicken. It's going to make a nice little binder. It's going to make for a great color when we smoke it. Just like that. And we're going to sprinkle it on there. This is going to give us that nice Cajun flavor in the chicken. And of course we'll be using some of this Creole seasoning in the gumbo mix as well. We're going to flip that bad boy over. A little bit more olive oil. Rub that in there. Man, it smells good already. Woo! I'll do my best Justin Wilson impersonation for you. I guarantee this will be good. That's not very good, but it's okay. I'll come up with a better one. Maybe we'll cut up some onion, something like that, huh? Sprinkle some of this Cajun seasoning on here. Alright. We're good there. Now we need to go ahead and we need to pick this chicken up. Right. Where's the cavity? There's the cavity. And we're going to go ahead and sprinkle some seasoning down in that cavity. Get that seasoning everywhere. There you go. Oh, there's a little spot I missed. There's a little spot I missed. Alright, this chicken is ready to go on the smoker. All we got to do now is we got to let the smoker come up to temp. And then we'll put it on there and we'll smoke it till it's done. We're looking for internal temperature about 170 on this chicken. After that, we'll pull it off and we'll let the rest of the cooking happen in the gumbo. Alright? Y'all hold tight. Alright, guys. We are here again. We're fixing to get our roux started. And again, this is the first time I've ever tried gumbo. But I watched a video by Mr. Jack Stillwater, the goat man. And He showed me how to do it in that video, and it looked really simple, looked real easy to do. So I'm going to take his advice and follow it step by step, and I'm also going to show you how I follow his advice and take it step by step. Okay? Now he made it very clear that one of the important things to do is you do it by weight. You do, say I'm going to use 4 ounces of flour, I need 4 ounces of oil also for this roux. Alright? The easy way to do that, just remember, there are 8 ounces in 1 cup. So if I want 4 ounces, which I do for this, I'll do a half a cup. It's real simple. So we're going to take our flour, we're going to put it in here in our cast iron skillet. I've already got my oven preheated to 350 degrees. I'm going to take some oil, a half a cup or 4 ounces. This oil is pouring slow, so it's going to take a little bit. Alright, there's our 4 ounces of oil. We're going to go ahead and pour that in this cast iron skillet, just like that. And we're going to whisk it all together. We're going to gently whisk it. We don't want to overdo it. We're going to gently whisk it until we get all of the lumps out. Mix it all together. It should be a nice brownish color. Yellowish brown color when it's done. It will darken up when you cook it, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. About the color of it right now. This ratio is supposed to be perfect. So we will try it and we'll see how it does. I know in his video it turned out great. So we'll just see. Alright, you can see how that's turning a good, nice color for a roux right there. You just want to gently whisk it till all of the lumps and clumping stuffs are out. Get a nice good mix going on in there. Yeah, we're starting to get good and mixed up there now. Looks like all of our clumps are out. The oil's mixing in nicely. Nice roux working on here. And my oven just beeped at me. I don't know if y'all could hear that or not, but that means it is now officially preheated to 350 degrees. And that was actually pretty dang close to perfect timing there, huh? You see that? Perfect. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put this in that oven that has been preheated to 350 degrees. After 30 minutes, we're going to come back and we're going to stir it. And we're going to leave it in there for another 30 minutes after that. And we're going to stir it again. And then we're going to leave it in there for one more 30 minutes. And we're going to stir it again at the end of that. And our roux should be ready by then. And I'll probably bring you along for one stirring of it. I probably won't bring you along for both. I mean, you stir one roux, you stir them all, right? Alright, y'all come on. Alright, 30 minutes has gone by. We're now going to stir up our roux. Get it all nice and stirred up and mixed back together. You can see the color is darkening as it cooks. And we're just going to stir this till it's all not clumpy anymore and nicely mixed. Then we're going to put it back in for another 30 minutes and do the same thing. Do it all over again. Just like that. You can see how it's turning a real nice, a darker color brown now. By the end, this should be a nice dark brown roux color. It should be very nice. Be sure to scrape along the sides of it. Get all that's been cooked up on the bottom. Be sure to get all that stirred back in so it's not clumpy. Alright. We're going to put it back in the oven for another 30 minutes. Alright, I forgot to turn the camera on for a section of the video, but anyway, what I've got here is I've got one whole onion diced up, and I've got one whole red bell pepper diced up, and it has been on the third 30-minute time of stirring the roux in the oven. I went ahead and took it out of the oven and I put it on this burner here at a very low heat, and I went ahead and added the veggies to it, the onions and the peppers. You're just going to keep stirring those around in your roux, and you'll notice how it's darkening up real nice in there. You're just going to keep stirring those around in that roux until they get wilted. Once they get wilted, you're going to go ahead and take this completely off of the heat. You don't want to burn your roux, and it's easy to do. Alright, so you can see they're starting to get nice and wilted now. Not crispy, crunchy, fresh anymore. And those are just about ready. Alright, so I'll be back with the next step. Alright guys, for my next step in this roux, we're going to take our sausage and we're going to cut it up, and then we're going to cook it in, I've got my gumbo pot here. We're going to just brown it a little bit with some extra virgin olive oil in the bottom, just a little bit. We're going to go ahead and brown it just a little bit, and then we'll start adding our other ingredients to it. Alright, I've got my sausage in that pan. Alright, I've got my oil in that pan. And I'm just using regular old Eckrich beef mesquite smoked sausage. It's already fully cooked. I'm just browning it. That's all I'm trying to do here. So we're going to go ahead and put that in this pot. I'm using one package. And we're just going to brown this up right here. That's all we're doing, is just trying to brown it. It's already cooked, so we're not doing nothing special to it or anything like that. We're just trying to brown it up a little bit. I need a spatula. Where's the spatulas? Okay. This will work. Oh, there's spatulas there in my room. Alright, we got this sausage fairly well browned up. I'm going to go ahead and move it over to this other burner here. I'm going to turn that on high. I need my... Alright, what we're going to do next, now that the sausage is browned, we're going to go ahead and take our roux, and we're going to go ahead and put it on up in there. This is our roux and vegetables mix. We're going to go ahead and scoop that all off in there. Alright, we got that in there. I'm going to go ahead and set that over here and stir that all up. Let me bring you in here and let you take a look. Alright, there we go. Stir that all up in there with that sausage. It's all nice and mixed up very well. Very nice. Nicely done. Alright, I'm going to turn that heat off. Alright, now I'm going to add 1 quart of vegetable stock. You could use chicken stock if you want. I'm going to go ahead and go with vegetable stock on this one because that's what I have on hand. I thought I had chicken stock and I don't. So we're just going to take one quart of chicken stock, vegetable stock, and we're going to go ahead and add it to it. Alright, we got that stirred up nicely. Now we're going to turn our heat back on, turn it up. Turn it up, turn it up. We're going to turn our heat back on. We're going to start adding our spices. And then we're going to let it simmer for about an hour and a half. We're going to throw in a little bit of salt. We're going to throw in some black pepper, if I find it. Yep, here's the black pepper. We got some of this Creole seasoning. Get that to stir up real quick. Alright, then we're going to put some Creole seasoning in there. Do about like that. A little bit goes a long way, huh? Oh yeah. Alright, we're going to bring that up to heat, up to temp, and then we're just going to let it simmer for about an hour, hour and a half. And we'll see you on the other side of that. Alright, so we're here. While this gumbo is cooking, I'm going to go ahead and show you what we're going to do with the chicken to finish prepping it. It's been on the smoker for about 3.5 hours. It's reached a nice internal temperature, a good safe eating temperature. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and shred it up and put the meat in this bowl over here. You can't see it on the camera, but that's alright. Alright, there you go. You can still see the chicken and you can see the bowl. Alright, and all we're going to do, I'm going to use the same knife that I used to cut up my veggies with. And we're just going to cut into this chicken. And we're just going to pull that chicken up off of that. Man, look at that. That's a good looking chicken. We're going to pull this chicken off of the bone and throw it in our bowl. Woo, look at that chicken leg. Look how juicy that chicken is. Man. Pull that off, throw it in the bowl. Alright, that's it. We about got that bird destroyed. And there's the chicken in the bowl. And when it comes time, we'll go ahead and put that in our pot of gumbo. Alright. This gumbo has been simmering. Let me zoom out just a little bit there. There we go. This gumbo has been simmering for just about an hour now. And I'm telling you what, it's starting to look and smell just absolutely divine. Glorious. Mormon Tabernacle Choir behind me in the background, whatever. Ain't nothing but a thing. It is ready for me to add this chicken to it. What? Chicken? Yeah, that's right. You can't have gumbo without chicken. And this is that smoked chicken that I showed you just a minute ago. We're going to go ahead and dump that on in there. Big old chunks of chicken. Just like that. We're going to dump that in there. We're going to stir it all in there. Woo-wee! If YouTube had smell-o-vision, I tell you what. Boy, I guarantee you would like this. Alright, we got that chicken in there. We're going to let it keep on simmering. We're going to simmer it for about another 30-35 minutes, and then this stuff is going to be ready. It's going to be good to go. Alright, y'all hold tight. Alright guys, this gumbo is ready. And let me just get a little spoon here to test it with. Just a little tasty test of the flavor. Alright, let's get a little flavor test of this. Let's get a little piece of chicken in there and some broth. Let's get a taste. It's really hot and it's really good. That is delicious. Fantastic gumbo, y'all. Man. Alright, so yeah. This has been another episode of Roundhouse Ranch Barbecue. To recap, this was smoked chicken on the smoker with a Creole seasoning rub. Mixed in with the gumbo, made into gumbo. Came out delicious. If you like it, hit the thumbs up button. Feel free to leave a comment. Share this video. Subscribe if you want to. And we'll see you next time. Thank you very much. Bye, y'all.